All right, this is Alan Mooring with AutoSystemTrader.com. We're on our fifth video, I believe, for the system optimization. We're just looking at a Euro Yen 20-minute chart. We tried the parabolic long and short exits and they didn't seem to work. I had the ADX time exit off, but I didn't get the results that I was hoping for. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a dollar trailing stop rather than a percentage trailing stop, and here's why. With a percentage trailing stop, we can straighten this line up significantly, I'm sure, and we can look at that at a later video, but it'll probably cut down our average trade net profit. With a dollar trailing stop, we can use a wider window and see if we can't let the profits run a little bit longer. So I am going to go up here and drop in a dollar trailing stop. And in this case, I am going to use separate dollar trailing stops for long and short, and I'll tell you why. Typically, the long side of a trade is a little bit slower than the downside, although that may not always be the case in Forex. Let me do this just to save some time. I'm just going to use a regular dollar trailing stop, um, and I may come back to this at a later time. I'm going to turn this off for now, and I want to show you something else. Looking at the difference between the long and the short trades, you can see there's quite a difference here. $72 is the average trade net profit for long, and 148, or nearly twice as much, or more than twice as much for the short trade. So there is a difference between the long and the short side. But we only have 300, a little over 300 trades on each side. So I hate to optimize for both long and short individually. I'd rather use them together at this point until we get to see how well the system works. Okay, so now we have the dollar trailing stop in here. I'm going to go back to it and turn it on, and then we'll just do an optimization on just the dollar trailing being the same for both long and short. So I'm going to turn this on, format it. We'll make the position basis. I always change this to true. I don't, you know what? I really don't know if that matters or not, but I'm just going to change it to true. And on this, I'm going to select a value of starting at 500 and going to 1500, and I'm going to just use increments of $100 or 10 pips or $100 at a time. And we'll do an exhaustive test on this because there's only 11 tests, but we'll see if we can get any better results just by dropping in a dollar trailing stop. A dollar trailing just means that if the price after entry moves favorably in our direction, that it'll just it'll trail that stop with a certain specified dollar amount. I'm sure that makes sense to you, but if it doesn't, you can just call me with questions, and I can answer those for you. But I'll let this play out, and then we'll come back after it's had a chance to work through all 11 of those. Okay, I stopped this optimization. Something didn't look to be right. But look at this equity curve. I mean, that's awesome, right? But check out these results. For average trade net profit, um, looks like we only are getting about $31 per trade, which is not near enough, 29.74. So even though this looks good, and you may see this on eBay, I would never, ever, ever try to sell a system like this, because even though the curve looks great, you'd lose money in real time because we haven't added any fees for slippage, spreads, commissions, anything like that. It looks great, but it's not going to be good enough. So I'm going to have to use larger values. I'll show you how I do that in the next video. Once again, this is Alan Mooring with AutoSystemTrader.com.